dancing swordsmen and swordswomen of the post-apocalypse. Welcome to Thrones of Game, the Game of Thrones podcast that dares to watch the series backwards. If you've been too busy training and never heard the show before, well, let me explain there, friend. My name is BT Calloway. I've already seen the entire show. But joining me is Elliot Jay O'Neill, the man who had never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones until we started watching in reversed order. Elliot, how are you doing?
Hold on, let me finish helping you with your armor, and I'll answer that question.
Shut up, Squire, and answer the question. I felt terrible doing that. I'm very sorry.
Your armor's very easy to take off, by the way. It's just a
it's
zipper.
just yeah, no.
Yeah. And also, cloth armor, I know a squire shouldn't talk out of turn. Not very effective.
Surprisingly, no one tries to stab me.
Despite all the swordsmen and swordswomen out there.
And all in between, I should say. It's a long list now. We got to shorten that down. Anyway, we just watched Season 4, Episode 5, entitled The First of His Name. Elliot Jay O'Neill, are you the first of your name?
No, actually, one of the first things I did when I got Twitter was look up all the other Elliot O'Neills and
Son of a bitch.
Followed them. And none of them, had a reaction just from that. But there was one person that, legitimately commented on it. It was like, dude, we have the same... Do you just follow me because we have the same name? It's like, yeah.
God, that's fun. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are not a lot of Ben Calloways out there, and even there's no BTs, which makes my name much better.
Well, someone had at BT Calloway on Twitter.
Son's a bitch. Well, now I'm just at Old Man Calloway.
He's on Twitter now, people. Watch out.
Oh, dear. I have 3 tweets and 6 followers. Woo! But yeah, man, for you, everyone playing at home, this is the one where Tommen gets crowned king, henceforth the title, and, Allbran and the Scooby Gang get saved from the rebellious Night's Watch dudes.
I had written down Super Friends.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I think that we both went the same direction on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of all that really notably happens in this episode. There's a lot of, intrigue and backroom conversations about things, which we'll get into. But Elliot, what was your MVP, your most valuable part?
Oh, most valuable part. Yeah, look, I didn't want to do the snoozing routine for this episode, even though it kind of was, but you can just tell that this is like the shockwave of something fucking big.
Yeah.
So
this is the ripple effect.
Yeah, I give this episode definitely a lot more credit than the last one because they're clearly like, okay, we're not going to have a lot going on because a lot just fucking happened.
Yeah, I got that feel too.
But even then, I found the final scene really cool. I thought, again, it was a really nice lumbering battle sequence. And so this is kind of a shared MVP just between everyone of that last scene. Because I think for an episode that really didn't need to have much going on.
Yeah.
Because...
Again, it was clearly letting the kind of pool settle off the ripples that just torn through it.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, the conversations I still found pretty engaging. Because,
yeah, they're all very loaded. You can definitely tell that.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to that final scene in a bit, especially when we talk about violence.
Yeah.
But before that, I want to throw a minor MVP, just the kid who plays Tommen, because this is where he doesn't get a single line in this episode. He just gets the crown put on, but he looks nervous and he looks scared.
Oh my God, he doesn't either.
Yeah. And I do really like it's all just facial reaction. I think he does a great job. He looks, proud and, but also overwhelmed and really just a small child in way over his head. And that's it's a good bit of face acting. So
yeah. Oh, and then, especially with, his future wife making glances at each other.
Yeah, and then literally Cecil Lannister just cuts in and is like,
Yeah, this episode actually kind of referenced every other cliche genre trope, and this was
especially in the beginning.
Yeah, this was the rom-com moment. This was the disapproving mama.
Yeah, there's that bit in Encino Mad where Sean Astin's looking at what's her face, and then that guy in that GIF reaction just slides in like, No, so it's pretty much that. But then we get a neat little back and forth between Marjorie Tyrell and Cecil Lannister, which is they don't hate each other yet, but the beginnings of it are there, and I kind of dig that.
Oh yeah,
there's they have a bit of a laugh for a second, there's gonna be so many weddings, but there's also a little bit of resentment already. I dig that. That's pretty cool. And then the fact that Cecil is all Marjorie Tyrell's like, oh, poor King Joffrey. I never got, was only just married to him. And Cecil's like, yeah, he would have been a fucking nightmare for you. I love my son, but whoo, that boy. Oh.
I mean, you'd have to say you love your children, but dickhead's crazy.
Like, fucking, oh my, like, even there's a great little bit where she's like, what he did shocked me. Do I strike you as a woman who's easily shocked? It's like, you are most definitely not.
See, and this is, the brilliant writing in this show, and of course, the brilliant delivery of Lena Headey, just being able to have those things that could be construed as, thinly veiled, like, don't fuck with me, bitch moves.
Yeah. But just, a lot of it just is just left hanging. Yeah. And that's a great moment. My other minor MVP I want to throw to, we get a Brion and Podrick's buddy cop movie, and and just the horse. Pod's horse, which is walking all over the place, while Brion is just straightforward. He's like, didn't anyone ever teach you to ride?
Yeah, it's one of the, I wonder if they taught the horse to ride bad, or they just said, hey, actor, you've never ridden a horse. This will be brilliant. Get on this thing.
Yeah, is that horse either excellent and takes direction perfectly, or is it genuinely terrible and just being itself? I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah. Ah, wonderful. Yeah, it's like in Django Unchained, all those horses that were trained to fall over, or are they just horses that like to fall over?
Yeah, who knows, man?
Are they those goats that fall over when they get scared?
I love those goats. That just, like, disproves evolution. Like, how the fuck is this thing still alive? Just pity? The predators are like, I don't want to eat it. That was too easy. It just fell over. I feel so bad. I'm going to go eat something else, guys. Thanks. Sorry to bother you.
I am suddenly not hungry.
Yeah, just, so sad. Yeah, I'm genuinely curious. How did those things survive? But my actual MVP is going to go to a great little back and forth between Sansa and Aunt Liza, because the Aunt Liza chick is playing an amazing, like, unhinged character who is just accusing Sansa of, like, trying to steal Littlefinger away from her and all this kind of stuff, and does it really, really well over lemon cakes of all things. Right down there, lemon cakes and veiled threats, and that's like this scene, and it's so. And Sansa does some great acting as well, getting just genuinely, going from this kind of, that was kind of a weird thing to say, to oh shit.
Yeah, on the scale of it's kind of creepy. She's holding my hand to, you're hurting me.
Yeah. Really good bit. And then
I don't have a name for her creepy yet, but the obsessive, like, and of course, like, I don't have the whole context of her and Baelish's relationship, but just like 1 second they're pashing and then let's get married tonight.
And he's like, okay, we can do that. Like, I've lost my accent again. What do I sound like? Yeah. And I do like, he's like, well, let me have a bath and we'll get the maesters in, and she just opens up the door and everything is already there. It's like, oh, bitch.
Like a Community where, Arbid pulls the wedding immediately, has the Cranberry Singer and the George Clooney impersonator ready to go.
Ready to go. And fucking, again, Aunt Liza's just over insane acting. She was just telling this random stranger, or maybe he's like meant to be the priest. I don't even know. Like, I'm going to moan so loud when my husband ravages me tonight. That's him, by the way. And we get so much, and then it's, like, Forrest Gump's mum.
Yeah.
While Sansa's just trying to get some sleep, and it's just,
Yeah, she's clearly putting on a show. She was like, well, I already told the maester that I would.
Can't back out of that. He's going to know if I don't. So, going to be a lot of build-up. Hope you brought earplugs.
Yeah. But I got to say, I've never had much to say about Baelish's acting guy. But, besides his inconsistent accent and everything. But, that might just be where he's from, inconsistent. Yeah. Get to your point, Elliot. I liked how he played this scene of, like, really doing that delicate balance of how do I appease this woman that I'm clearly not interested, and the distant eyes, just that glazed over look of, oh god, I gotta fuck this person, don't I?
Yeah, he does a lot of subtlety here, and you can definitely see him try to straddle that line of keeping her happy but also keeping her arm's distance, and trying to decide how much longer do I need to string her along versus is that just going to piss her off and have her turn on me? Especially when she starts talking about, some deep plot cuts. Like when she's like, you gave me that poison and killed my husband, and then you told me to write a letter to Catelyn saying it was the Lannisters, and he's like, how about you shut up about spoilers for a moment now? Just let me kiss you and you can shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, good little bit. I did quite like it. Yeah, I think that's got my MVP for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fun little scene, and also the bratty kid as well, which
Robin,
can be annoying to watch at times, but I think it worked in this scene especially. Like, oh, I got a really nice toy, and then just fucking throws it down the moon door to prove a point.
Yeah, Robin. Again, he even runs like a dork. So again, I don't know if this is maybe the actor is just a dork, but maybe he's a really good actor because he nails that.
Yeah. And he nails being a spoiled little shit, which, you know, he's probably a spoiled.
Who the hell knows? Hey, if he's acting, then solid job, because I 100% believe it.
Yeah. No.
So nice acting choices / being a dick.
Good going, Dick.
Yep, good going, Dick. Well, that's MVP. Nudity? Nope.
Nah.
There was sex noise.
Yeah.
And that's I've just put, N for nudity and then question mark. Does that count? Audio nudity?
Yeah, I could have even been convinced otherwise that Baelish would go, oh, not tonight, but why don't we, scream up a storm and, bang the walls and...
We'll move some furniture, bang out the carpet. That'll be, good. Yes, I'm just going to flip through my notes. So, man, it's hard. I don't want to jump straight to violence because that's going to take us right to the end of the episode, but I have no other questions. This is the show format we've chosen. Elliot, other things you would like to talk about?
Oh, well, I mean, at least Daenerys was in a different location, but I still could give less of a shit about anything happening there.
Yeah, I got it wrong last time. I think I said nothing's happening in Bravo, so it's actually nothing's happening in Marine.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, but nothing is happening in Marine. She's a bit, I like, before you mentioned they seem to be pulling a lot of cliches from other shows. This was very Days of Our Lives, where she's talking to Jorah Mormont, and, she then turns away and looks out the window, and he goes out of focus, and it's all... drama.
It's so telenovela.
Yeah.
And the one thing that made me really cack my pants watching it, though, is like, Jorah listed like 2 things and like, the mother of dragons. And she goes, I need to be more than that. You're fucking 12 things.
The breaker of chains, the queen of the 7 kingdoms.
No, but I need to be more.
You're also emperor of the great grass sea and sultan of swing and a few other things.
The magical braider of ladies.
Well, braider of confidence. Confidence braids.
Actually, yeah, back to Lena Headey. I liked the little marshmallow swirl thing she had going on in her hair. Mm-hmm. It was like, 2 big chunks of hair wrapped around each other, like those twirly marshmallows you get.
Yeah, sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's winter here. I'm very hungry.
Thinking about marshmallows and fires.
Mm-hmm.
But we entered the whole Dan Brady bit with that guy who changed actors next season that I can never remember the name of, who's all like, I took their navy. Who told you to take their navy? I heard you like ships.
Yeah.
What do you got to do to impress a bitch? Jeez.
Just snacking on little chips there, talking about his ships. Yeah.
Chips and ships. And I'd like that this ends basically with Dan Brady just going, okay, well, you know what? We're going to stay here for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Everyone looking forward to me invading Westeros. You better wait.
Yeah. And roughly the length of What's-His-Face's reign as king.
Yeah, pretty much.
About 2.5 seasons.
About 2.5 seasons, if so.
Because, the thing blows up in season 6, right at the end of that, right?
I can't remember our own chronology now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that seems about right. Because then 7, then Cersei's on the throne, so... Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of the throne, I don't know if I've ever seen it this angled. I didn't realize the swords and the back of the seat kind of splayed backwards.
Yeah.
I thought they just pointed straight up. I don't think I've seen a side view of it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's intentional or the prop is just leaning a little bit under its own weight, but it looks cool. It works.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's just one of those things. Yeah, just never saw it from a different angle. So
yeah, I will have to show you the concept art of what the Iron Throne would look like compared to what the book is. It's pretty epic. It looks awesome. I'll show you later. And if I can remember, post it somewhere online, but people can look that shit up. But yeah, speaking of thrones, I do like they show the throne in the Eyrie, which is kind of like made out of a big chunk of tree. I'm not entirely sure, but it's subtle. It's just the background, but it's there and it's neat.
Yeah.
Again, I like how they've designed each individual throne to be really the one at Dragon's Rock or whatever is like carved into the rock itself and bits and pieces like that. It makes them very distinct, and there are some nice chairs out there in Westeros.
Oh, so wait, so that's not the same Iron Throne that they move around. There's multiple thrones.
Right? You mean when, everyone's got multiple thrones but there's too many people and then the music stops playing and everyone tries to sit down on a throne?
On a giant chair of swords. Yeah, it gets awkward. No, sorry, is that what you were saying, that there are multiple sword chairs in this world? No, as in the Eyrie had one, which is where behind the moon door is like a branch throne. Oh, okay.
And Dragon's Rock or Dragon's Roost?
Oh, the branch throne. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
That's cool, man. Clarity for all. Yeah, and where am I here? I think Littlefinger also has a pretty good line where he says something to the effect of, it's all said and done and faded into nothing. Only speaking of it makes it true now. Basically, again, shut up, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted more clarification on. When Littlefinger and Sansa are approaching that place, Blood's Hell, What's it called?
The Blood Gate.
Yeah. Is that the same place that the Hound and Arya went?
Yep.
Yeah, thought I recognized all those people pointing arrows.
Yep, they're all just standing on the side of the rock looking at people, being like, who are you? Lord Baelish. Okay, and you go. The Bloody Gate, sorry.
Yep. And I guess that segues to a little bit of Arya and the Hound.
Yeah, sure. Arya just sitting there reading a list and Hound being a grumpy cunt as always. It's what he does and he's great.
Yeah. I love the back and forth as well with them once she's practicing her sword dancing. And
yes.
Yeah, he just absolutely belittles her in the same way that, when Marge was a little girl, the monkeys don't sing and play their own instruments.
What? That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not even Michael Nesbitt's real hat.
No! Yeah.
Simpsons Index for everybody out there. Yeah, and I also like that he's, she is telling the story of the person who trained her. He's like, the greatest swordsman of all time. He's like, well, who the hell was that? It was killed by this guy. Ha! Killed by that guy. He didn't have a sword. He didn't have a sword! God, this guy sucks. And then he basically just lets her have a free shot and just stabs into his armor. And he's like, yeah, that didn't work, did it? Nope. So, because I originally wrote down, oh, look, it's all that fancy fencing she does that she never does again. And then it's like, well, maybe, I guess, fair enough. It's kind of just been proved how useless it is.
Yeah.
It's a nice idea when you're fencing someone who is also wearing light armor and has a small sword. But if you're fighting a knight, then you're boned. So...
Or a hound.
Yes.
A hound will fuck you up.
Yeah, and I do like she's going through her list and she's going, for one name less, like, oh, shut up, say it and shut up and go to sleep. She's like, okay, the hound. He's like, wait, I'm on that list. Bitch, you could have whispered it. God, I'm right here.
Yeah,
I have feelings. I just don't have half a face.
I really do think it's a shame that we didn't see more of these guys later on, and I guess maybe we'll see more of them going backwards, but it seems like this big Impact event changed a lot of character dynamics. So
yeah, well, this is definitely the buddy cop season, so
yeah.
We're getting some of it out of it at least.
Yeah, in dribs and drabs, but still, it's a refreshing change of pace to, see the Breeze Pods and the Aryas and Hounds.
Yeah, they need like shipping names or something. Except that's not that I don't want to ship them, I just need a twurge.
Yeah.
Portmanteau, as other people call it.
Hound. We'll get there.
Yeah. We get a bit of Oberyn Martell and Cecil Lannister just doing a bit of a garden walk, which I got a chuckle out of because when South Park do a parody of this, everyone is just walking through a garden plotting.
You know he's going to betray you. They call this the Garden of Betrayal. You should see it coming.
Pretty much. Although, Oberyn does not really betray Cecil, nor vice versa. He just gets his head pulverized. But still. But there's a good little line from Cecil at the end where, Oberyn's all like, don't worry, your daughter is safe back in Marine, and we don't hurt little girls in Marine. And she goes, oh, they hurt little girls everywhere. Yeah. It's like, that's real and depressing.
But anyway, back to the lighthearted thing.
Yeah.
Watching Pod fuck up cooking a rabbit. That was great.
That was amazing. He's cooking it with a fur on. It's like, dude, even I know that.
But I get a little glimpse. I didn't know that this was Pod's previous life of being Tyrion's
squire, effectively, but wine pourer is his main rabbit.
Squire.
Yeah, I got nothing.
No. But no, it was really good. And
Squire. No, that's
bad. Just getting to see that little glimpse into the thing, and also being able to see a little glimpse of where I'll see Tyrion going as well, because I've only seen him sort of beaten down, downtrodden, and fucking on the run from everyone.
Yeah, and then the kind of rise after that. You've not seen him be the fun drunk.
Yeah.
So that's coming at least.
Yes, I want to see him drink, and I want to see him knowing things.
Yep. Hey, the cliches. Awesome. But like Podrick has a bit of a moment, is like, Brienne of Tarth, a.k.a. Tilda Swanson, is all just like, so what did you do? And he's like, I brought him his food, and I cleaned his sheets, and I poured his wine mostly, and I killed a man once. And there's like a little flashback scene for him, little PTSD, maybe.
Ooh, and he said he drove the spear through the back of his head?
Yes, so killed him without honor.
Ooh, I wonder if that was foreshadowing a later death scene. We'll find out.
I mean, there's a lot of stabs to the back of the head in this show.
To be fair, yes. Yeah, that is a fair point.
It's one of the many ways you can stab a head, so naturally they do it a lot. So whether it's foreshadowing, I do not know.
And I think that's all my notes besides the big gains.
Yeah, well, that means we must ask our next question. Violence! Violence.
I had no idea Noah Taylor was part of this show.
That's who it was. I was like, I know that guy, and I know his face, I just can't pick it.
Is that guy? He died with a falafel in his hand.
I know.
Well, no, he didn't. His roommate did, but he was in that movie.
He was in that movie, and, beloved Australian actor who I keep forgetting the name of.
Yeah, manager in Almost Famous as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he's in this. And he's got some good scenes coming in the back future.
Yeah, apparently he's in for 8 episodes, so yeah, number 8.
Except
Tick.
he's been plenty murdered here. Because he had this devious plan to steal Brandon Stark and head him off. And I like how he proves it's Brandon Stark by just cutting his leg and go, oh, look, you didn't react. And I kind of want Brandon to go, oh, ow, ooh, I can feel that. Fuck.
The kid looked like an unfeeling, moody teen anyway. It's just like...
It's like, whatever, I cut myself all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it was a setup that I had to catch up on my own to be like, oh yeah, that's what's happening here. Right. I kind of got, even though I kind of knew what was happening, I didn't know what was happening for a second.
Yeah. Oh, but the gruesomeness on seeing, Noah Taylor's neck snap because, so often you see that, twist and dead thing and it's fairly, bloodless. And
twist and it sounds like they just pop their neck, like a chiropractor, and they fall down and it's all good. But here it's like the part of the collarbone's popped up and ripping through the skin, and it's, from when one does not simply wag into Hodor, but he does simply wag into Hodor and just snaps his neck.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh my goodness, does he what?
And I do like him pulling back out of Hodor, and Hodor being like blood on his hands. There's a dead guy in front of him. He's like, the fuck did you do? I mean, Hodor! But, the intent is still there. And it's a heavy moment for someone who doesn't really get too much emotional lifting to have shock on Hodor. It's you feel it,
Yeah.
In your guts, in your heart bones.
Yeah, it's just, what a really weird ragtag supergroup this is, though. You got the muscle, you got the wagga, you got the guy who can see things.
Yeah. I do like that when discount William Dafoe comes in and it's all like, I'm going to torture and rape your sister. Have you seen it? And he's like, if you let her go, I'll help you. He's like, how are you going to help me? Like, I can see things. Like, ooh, you can see things. Whoa.
Yeah, because I was wondering in that moment, because he's obviously going to die. The kid that sees things said he's going to die, and it's like, I wondered how specific he was going to get, and just to have it as burned, I think was, it was good foundation.
Yeah, I do really like how they do his visions. He's just sitting there, and everyone else is moping. He's like, oh, don't worry, you're not here. You're far away from here. And everyone's like, the fuck are you talking about? And it goes to kind of his, like, I don't know what you call it, where it's a character's POV, but you're not in their eyes. You're like behind their shoulder, effectively, but you're still seeing what they see. I don't know what the term for it is. And you can see, the back wall of this miserable cabin is cabin. Yeah, cabin. I got stuck between cavern and cabin and got cabin. Anyway,
sounds like you got cabin fever.
Oh yes. Anyway, the back of this miserable cabin is just gone, and you can see that tree. They eventually end up in the hill, and so that's a nice little bit of not even foreshadowing, just predictiveness. And then cuts to him looking at his own hand, and you're like, what are you looking at, dude? And then it cuts back to his POV, and it's on fire, and you're like, he's just like, yeah, shit's gonna get real fucky for me, but you are all gonna be good.
Yeah, because that's the kid that died from grenades and White Walkers and shit.
Died like 4 times, like got stabbed by skeletons, then blown up.
Oh, that's right.
And we're like, his sister was just like, he's dead! Fucking hell, stop it!
Well, to be fair, they were like getting ahead of the whole turning into a White Walker thing.
Yeah, true. And it's also like, you know what? I got stabbed, I got blown up, I got murdered by White Walkers. No one set me on fire. I guess I was a little bit off on that one. But no, I like the fire as a metaphor for him being dead, not, literally this is how it's going to happen. More, his doom, basically.
But yeah, it's interesting. I think he's one of the very few people in this world that can fill out a how I died bingo card.
True, not many people get that. It's just, I'm getting better. Boom. Oh, no, that did it.
Almost got it straight.
But yeah, quite like all that vision stuff, and off-brand William Dafoe is creepy, but again, he does that well. One does not simply walk into Hodor. We've had that. Hodor next. So I'm just going down my list
the
here.
question. Yeah, what's the girl's superpower?
She gets to live, and apparently has nice hair, according to off-brand William Dafoe.
I mean, she was great at pulling a sleigh in the snow. She fucking destroyed it doing that.
Yeah, she doesn't have a superpower. Just Allbran and Spiderwick Chronicles kid / Jojen. I wrote it down because I always forget his name, and he's quite good in this.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, both of them are. So.
No, I thought all of them were. Like, even Allbran, who I thought I don't think always successfully walked the line between acting distant as a character and acting distant as a person.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of felt like he didn't like being there, to be honest.
Seems like that. And maybe it's just because his voice had dropped and he doesn't know how to control the new one yet. Who knows? But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, there's a fine line between disinterested actor and disinterested character, and I don't know how you do it. Maybe he hadn't figured it out yet, because, yeah, fair enough. That's a hard line to walk. Also, can you imagine being that actor and being, okay, so what's my motivation here? Oh, you're the three-eyed raven. But what does that mean? Yes, use that. What? Like, it feels like his character towards the end is so undefined. Trying to play it would just be so hard, because you're like,
Yeah.
so am I like, a Lovecraftian nightmare god in the body of a small boy? Or am I just, psychic? What am I exactly? Shut up. Read the lines, dork.
And what do I do when I wug? Oh. And it's just the confused, glazed over look. Yup, that.
It's like, no, that was oh, son of a bitch, they left. Yeah, so, I mean, to be all fair to the guy who plays Olbran, I think, what do you have to work with when I feel like no one has properly explained what you're doing?
It's still fascinating me how this kid aged, though, because in these moments, he looks like little Geddy Lee. And just the big hair that's just clearly too much for his little head, and
wow,
the bass guitar.
Little Rush. There's like an adorable Muppet Babies spin-off there.
Yes. With Hodor as Neil Peart.
Drums! Peart.
Oh my god, what'd you say that kid's name was?
Jojen.
Jojen. Yeah, he's a little blonde kid, exactly like Alex Lifeson. This could work. Wow. This has legs.
Yeah, okay. Unlike Bran.
Fuck!
Yeah, boy! Let's see here. What else have I got? Oh, yeah. The Night's Watch charge in to kind of overthrow these, deserters who have taken over this camp. Not a great fight scene. Like, a lot of it is, like, shot pretty close, and I'm like, I got blurry, and I wasn't sure what was going on. No, it wasn't bad, but it was a lot of just stabs up close, and I wanted a bit more sense of the scope of what was going on.
Yeah, I get that. What I did like about it is that it was lumbering. Like, yeah, these guys with the giant swords, you felt the weight of the movement a bit better in this one than, like, for example, the one between Bree and the Hound, which I criticized heavily.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I liked how this one was a bit more lumbering, but yeah, it didn't have really like a solid direction. I liked the coloring in it too.
Yeah.
And I think it's just Game of Thrones really know how to light that whole, snowscape with fires around.
Yeah,
everywhere.
how to make grey and washed out blue still, visibly distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I do agree that there wasn't a real scope to it, and it did feel a bit directionless.
And I also quite like, we were just talking about how in the last few seasons, Olbran's motivation seems to be gone out the window, whereas in this one, there's a moment where he sees Jon, and he's like, he tries to call out to him, and then Jojen's all like, no, if he finds you, he won't let you keep going north. He'll bring you back to Castle Black. This will all be for nothing. And so he's like there and wants to reunite with his family, one of the last living family members he has left. And he just decides to take the high road and go, no, I have something to do, and moves on that way. I like that. It's a good conflict moment of the small child who wants to just, hang out with his big brother, and the eventually the three-eyed raven, whatever the fuck that means, that has a mission to go on to that I guess matters or something.
Yeah. No, totally. And on Jon Snow as well, I actually really enjoyed the fight scene between him and Discount Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice pairing of things. Big lumbering giant sword versus two little ones. And like Jon, I liked how he was not very good at this scene as well.
Yeah.
He was clearly acting way too passionately and not strategically.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, in the last one, we were talking about how Ramsay Snow is meant to be killing all these guys when he's got two daggers and they've got armor and swords. And we're like, how did that happen? Whereas here is a great example of that. Every swing Jon is making, every blow is a potential killer. But he's just, Willem Dafoe just has to wait him out, get those quick strikes in, which he does.
Yeah.
And it's a good fight. It's a good little bit. And then, Willem Dafoe finally has him down on the ground, foot on his sword, is about to go in for the kill. He gets shanked in the back by one of his victims, one of these women just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Goes after her, and then shank right through the back of the head.
Man.
And they hold on that for a good long while, and then hold on Jon just pulling it back out. It's like, oh, it's a little bit stuck.
Yeah.
And then kind of pulls it out, and the guy drops the ground. He gives this look of, okay, I had a good one line. I was going to be all like, well, he's got a sharp tongue.
Hey.
But I feel like the moment's lost now because my sword got stuck in his skull. I mean, it was there. I had something for this. Okay. Never mind. I'm John Bomb Chovy.
John Bomb Shanky, man. That you should have seen the look on your face. It was like that, except he had a sword through it.
He's already dead. I can't do my one-liners. Fuck.
Yeah. Fucking what was I going to say? Yeah, I think the Ramsey comparison is a really good one to make in this moment as well, because I think this is another one where they were using the space really effectively.
Yeah.
And in the inside of the cabin, and giving contrast to the shit happening outside.
Yeah, because it's all warmly lit. It's all in oranges and reds rather than all the blues and greys outside.
Yeah,
looks really good.
And once again, it's given me hype to see what comes next in terms of building the animosity between these two characters. I felt like they were leaving a lot.
Yeah, these mutineers and they've betrayed the Night's Watch and stuff. And it all ends when John gets reunited with a big doggy.
Yeah.
Who's a goo? Who ate that bad man? Yeah.
It's very interesting how they chose to shoot around the fact that there's clearly not a dog that size, and he's just like goes in for the pat, but his hand's just hiding behind the head.
It's like, I'm definitely patting this dog, and it's definitely not in the front of frame, and I'm in the back.
And not just some guy in a green suit, probably Andy Serkis.
We're not Ian McKellening this shit.
Or who's James Gunn's brother? Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
He is also a mocap guy.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be a tough life, mocap guy. But hey.
Well, especially for Sean Gunn, it was like, because when he was playing Rocket Raccoon on Guardians of the Galaxy,
Rocky Raccoon would be a very different movie.
Yeah.
cross reference with the Beatles. Yeah.
Yep. And Groot went into the room and found
Gideon's Bible,
Star-Lord's Bible. No, Gamora's Bible. Damn it! It was right there. Yeah, but when he's playing Rocket Raccoon, he's like squatting the whole time and like walking on his knees and shit. It's like, why didn't you get a short actor for this?
I think James Gunn just wanted to mess with his brother.
Oh, that'd be he probably did.
His parents are like, James, you need to give your brother a job on the movie.
I can't wait to see what he makes him do for Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, he's playing like another rodent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a trailer for it. I forget who he is because they've got a shit ton of characters in this one.
That's why I didn't remember, because they decided, you know what, having 15 of them in the last movie, let's double down on that.
Yeah, he's like a fucking ferret or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's what. Like, they even had the fucking polka dot man.
I know. No one likes that. It's probably one of those stunt casting things where they're going to have all these people in for like a scene.
Yeah.
But whatever, we'll find out. Again, given the first Suicide Squad movie, there's only up to go.
Yeah.
So, although side note, I've been watching the Harley Quinn animated series. Fucking great.
Oh, the one that's on like Prime or some shit?
Yeah.
HBO?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Oh.
Full big thumbs up on that one.
Awesome.
Anyway, seeing as we're talking about other series, we must be getting towards the end of our end of this. Elliot, do you have any other notes?
1 second, sorry.
Yeah, go through them. Danny, do you have any other notes? Hey, just messing with our friend Danny.
We know he's listening, and he can't reply. But if he would like to reply, let's give him some generic responses.
Yeah, good point, buddy. That's so true.
I don't know. Can you back that up with a lecture?
What about more things about Geddy Lee and Rush?
No, I'm out of notes.
Yeah, me too. Well, if I'm out of notes and you're out of notes, that means we must ask our final question. How did we get here?
Oh, well, I heard from a book that I'm holding that the next episode is called Oathkeeper. So, in line with the episode Oathbreaker, I think this episode is actually not going to have anything to do with being an Oathkeeper, and we're going to be asking ourselves once again, why is this episode called this the way?
Yeah, I feel like we have to have missed something in Oathbreaker. Like, I don't know what.
I don't want to watch it again.
No, but maybe there's a clue in Oathkeeper that will let us know and be like, that's it. Okay, let's hope so. Well, we will find out that next time. But for now, I've been BT Calloway. That's been Elliot Jay O'Neill.
Goodbye.
And for now, our watch has ended.
Daenerys.
Daenerys. Yeah, I'm on board.